Hello students, welcome back. This is Mrs. Mercado speaking. This is Accounting 1329, Payroll and Business Tax Accounting. And this is going to be basically just a very brief overview of what we are going to be doing on week number 14. During this particular week, which runs from November the 23rd through November the 29th, we are going to be working on semester project number 1. So we're done learning all of the content. In this particular course, we went over 6 chapters. So we had a lot of time to cover those chapters in depth. So now we're going to be applying what we've learned in those 6 chapters into 2 semester projects. So week 14 and week 15 are going to be semester project 1 and semester project number 2. Okay. So this week the focus is going to be on semester project number 1. Okay. I'm going to jump into Blackboard to kind of like show you what that is going to look like or what you have to basically do. Let me go in there. So we're going to go into course content and we're going to go and locate the week number 14, which is what we're going to be working on this week. Now, a very important announcement. During this week, week 14, we have a short week. The college is going to be closed from Thursday through Sunday for Thanksgiving holiday. Okay, so we're only going to be meeting, or I'm only going to be available Monday through Wednesday because the college is closed. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I will not be available during the holiday dates, okay? So if you have any questions about the project or anything else, make sure that you contact me Monday through Wednesday of this week because the rest of the week we're going to be off. Now, even though the college is going to be closed, I'm leaving the assignment available all week. That way, in case I know some students have to work or they have, issues with the kids at school and stuff like that. So I am not going to stop the assignment on Thursday. I'm just going to leave it open all weekend long. That way you all can work on it whenever you all have time. So the semester project number 1 is going to be due on Sunday, November the 29th at 11 p.m. Okay, so you have an entire week to complete your project. Okay, so excuse me. So this particular project deals with an illustrative case as provided to you in chapter 6. And they give you a lot of information that you can use for reference to complete the project. So the problem that you're going to be working on is problem 616B from your book. There's an illustrative case that you're going to be utilizing on page 627 of your textbook for reference. And this assignment is worth 75 points. You have 2 attempts to complete the project, and I'm going to keep the highest score like always. Okay, so it's very important that if you don't perform well on the first attempt, you use the second attempt provided to try to improve your grade overall. So in this particular assignment, students are going to analyze a variety of transactions, and they're going to be recording it in the journal. Okay. Students are also going to transfer the information from the journal to their respective ledgers to get the ending balances, and then they're going to be asked to answer some questions using all of the information provided. Okay, so let me go ahead and let me take you to the project. Okay, so this is how it's going to look. You're going to start the assignment. Okay, the assignment has 3 parts. Okay, so in the instructions it tells you that you are going to analyze and journalize entries for the 3rd quarter of the fiscal year, and you're going to have to record payroll transactions for the last quarter of the fiscal year. Okay, the last quarter begins on April the 1st. So you're given a narrative of transactions. Transactions happen April, May, and June. Okay, so you're going to have to analyze all of these transactions. They give you beginning balances for each of the accounts, and these are very important when you are doing your ledgers, that you always pick up the beginning balance and then you start recording the entries that you've made. Okay, they've given you the SUTA tax rate of 2.3%. So what you basically have to do is you have to go through every transaction that they gave you and you have to record it in the journal entry. Okay, this is more focused on chapter 6. But there's some information that you might find useful from other chapters. But this is what it entails. Part 1 is all journalizing journal entries. Part 2 is a continuation. Every journal entry has a date. Okay, so May the 2nd, May the 13th, May the 13th, May the 16th, so on and so forth. And you get to choose the accounts that you're going to be using for each of the transactions here. Okay, so part 2 is a continuation of the journal entries. Part 3 is also a continuation of the journal entries for the month of June. Okay, now after you are done recording all of your journal entries, you are going to be transferring the information from the journal entries into your ledgers. Now in this particular problem, they didn't give you the ledgers in the actual problem itself. What they've done for you is they've given you a spreadsheet. Let me open the spreadsheet. Okay, so it's loading. Here we go. Okay, so they've given you a spreadsheet here, and this is what you're going to be utilizing to post all of the transactions from your journal to your respective ledgers. Okay, so make sure that the balances are correct. Make sure that you enter all of your transactions so you can get your ending balances. So you're going to fill out this spreadsheet in Excel to calculate the ending balance for each of your accounts. Okay, let me go back. Okay, once you've calculated the ending balance using the spreadsheet for each of your accounts, then you're going to transfer that information over. Let me close this. I don't need this. You're going to be transferring. Oh, why am I doing this? Where is it? Over here. So you're going to be transferring the information over from your spreadsheet over to here. So you're going to be entering the final June 30th balance down here. Okay. And then you're going to answer the following questions. Okay. You're going to answer your question to the nearest cent. If an amount is 0, you need to enter a 0 in it, okay? And then you're going to answer these questions, these 7 questions that they've asked you. And then at the end, you have to record a journal entry for an accrual for the vacation, okay? So this is what you're going to be working on. This is the project. It is long. It does have quite a bit of transactions. Most of them are journal entries. But once you're done with the journalizing process, you do have to refer to the third tab, which is where you're going to find the attached spreadsheet in part B to be able to transfer the information from your journals to your ledger. Now, this particular problem covers learning objectives 3, 4, 5, and 6 from chapter 6. So it covers a lot of the objectives of the things that we've learned in chapter 6. What was I going to say? Okay, yes. I forget things. So it says here, this is an illustrative case in the chapter. It says in the illustrative case in this chapter, payroll transactions for Brook & Company were analyzed, journalized, and posted for the third quarter of the fiscal year. Now, if you want some form of guidance or kind of understand what you're doing, I would recommend you go to the ebook, okay? And then once you go to chapter 6, let me see, once it loads, okay? Once you go to chapter 6, at the very bottom, there is a, where did I see it? Right here. 610 is the illustrative case, okay? So if you go to the illustrative case, it gives you a background about the business, a whole bunch of information about tax rates and so on and so forth. It gives you examples of journal entries that need to be done. So these are transactions that happened in the prior months. So you can utilize this information to complete your portion of the problem. Okay, so you do have some form of guidance, okay, to be able to complete your problem. Okay, so this information is provided to you in the ebook. It's the illustrative case, because if you go back to the problem, it does say in the illustrative case, you have to record the payroll transactions for the last quarter. But if you do need to reference this illustrative case, that illustrative case is provided on section 610 of your chapter 6. Okay, so you can go over and review it. Okay, so that is basically the only assignment that you're going to have this particular week. Like I said, this particular week is a short week because it is the Thanksgiving holiday. So the college will only be open Monday through Wednesday. Okay, so 75 points, that's quite a bit of points. Make sure that you take advantage. We're at the final stretch of the semester, so we can try to earn the most points possible. Okay, I want to at this moment wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving, safe Thanksgiving. Be careful out there due to the pandemic. There's a lot of safety guidelines that we need to ensure we follow so we can stay safe and we can keep others safe. But I hope all of you have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday with your family. And we see you back here next week so we can close the semester strong. We can finalize the final instructional week, which is week 15. And then the following week after that, we only have finals. So we are almost done with the semester. So let's give it our all. Let's try very hard to earn the most points possible in weeks 14 and 15. And then, of course, these assignments, these semester projects are intended to strengthen your skills. That way you can do very well on your final exam. Okay, and it's also very useful. This is something that you're going to be doing when you're working out in the workforce. So being able to have hands-on experience in doing transactions for a quarter, journalizing, recording, doing accruals, all of that is essential for when you get a job in payroll or in accounting in general. You have that expertise and that hands-on experience. So that is it for this short lecture. I wish you the best and happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Have a great day.